Welcome back to Campus Connection. As a Purdue student, there are so many resources around campus that can help you throughout your college career. Right now, we have Tim Luzader from the Center for Career Opportunities, better known as the CCO. Thank you very much for joining us
You're
today,
welcome.
Tim.
Good to be here.
And can you please give us a brief explanation of what the CCO exactly is, please?
The CCO is the Career Center on campus that is appropriate for students to utilize as early as their freshman year, whether it's for career counseling or other activities. They can use us a little later in their career for looking for jobs, and then as alumni. So we're a comprehensive career center.
And the CCO is open to all students,
All
any grade
students
level.
and alumni, any grade level, any major.
Terrific. And how many students know that this is a place that they can get their resumes critiqued, for instance, get interview practice? Can you also get into some of the other types of features that the CCO offers, please?
You know, it's interesting. A lot of students come to college, and a number of them think they know exactly what they want to major in. But once they get here, once they've started taking classes, getting to know people that might represent different kinds of careers, all of a sudden they're not so sure. So the Career Center, or the CCO, is a place they can come to, meet with someone, talk about where their career interests may lie, and get some help in developing their understanding of their interests, their skills or values, and how that might relate to careers.
I see.
So those individual appointments are, I think, particularly helpful for students.
Can you please also explain what the CCO Express is?
CCO Express is our online registration system. We encourage all students to register on CCO Express, provides them an opportunity to download their resume, and actually multiple copies of their resume, to essentially be able to refer it to employers of various kinds that may be interested in hiring students whose qualifications they meet. So it's a great way to make those connections to employers and to access job vacancy postings online.
I see. What would you suggest for students beginning the process of looking for jobs and putting together their resumes, what they should start getting ready for or preparing for, please?
It's important that students understand that there's a comprehensive service on campus that can really help them. So come into the CCO, find out about how we can help you as a student directly. So I mentioned career counseling aspects to that. Certainly they can also come in with a copy of maybe a rough draft of their resume that they can get help with. They can sign up for individual appointments for career counseling and other issues, but to get their resume looked at or to answer quick questions, they can just drop in between 10 and 4, Monday through Friday.
And how big of a staff do you have at the CCO?
We have a total of 15 staff members that are either professional or clerical, but we also have about a dozen undergraduate students who serve as ambassadors or as interns, and we have 3 graduate students as well.
So those professionals, they can actually cover all sorts of fields as well. It's
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because we're a comprehensive career center that relates to all fields, any student, regardless of what their background is, can come in and get some very helpful advice relating to their career or to their job search.
Back to students and the needs of students, what have you noticed in the past that seem to be one of the more questionable types of issues students have had to deal with in preparing for a visit to the CCO?
A lot of students, when they come to Purdue and they begin to think about what's next in their life and in their career, there's a world of possibilities. So students oftentimes really grapple with the idea, how do I narrow down and how do I really find out what path to pursue for careers?
Yeah. Can you maybe, if you have one, tell us of a success story that you might know about?
Day before yesterday,
Yeah.
met with a student who was in a very fortunate position to have 4 job offers.
Wow.
And it was tough because especially two of the 4 were with companies that he was really excited about, offered the kinds of positions that he was really motivated for. The kinds of offers he received had some differences in compensation and in performance incentive kinds of programs available in terms of what's time off. So we really talked through about what's important to him, things like where he wanted to be geographically once he graduated, and also talked about some strategy, how can he go back to the company and perhaps see if he can negotiate some terms so that it would make his decision a little bit easier.
So that was an impressive success story with 4
absolutely.
job offers. Usually we're more worried about just getting the one good
That's
offer,
exactly
and
right.
there this person had 4. Now, in the event that a student is having a rough time getting job offers to come to them, what are some suggestions that you offer at the CCO for those that might be a little down on their luck, let's say?
Absolutely. You know, what happens to some students is they see so many companies on campus participating in job fairs like the Industrial Roundtable that they think those are my choices. Well, those are some great choices for a lot of students, but it's not just those choices. We'll often talk to students about what are the possibilities with small businesses, because frankly, a lot of jobs are created with the small and mid-sized employers. There are a lot of opportunities with government agencies as well as the not-for-profit field. One study I saw showed that 1 out of 8 graduates entered some type of not-for-profit agency when they graduated. So it's really sort of broadening the horizon for students to think about what their career possibilities are.
Have you noticed, and I'm sure there are statistics to back us up here, of what the last year with the unemployment rate having skyrocketed and taken its ups and downs, what that has done to students' morale, let's say, or you know, is that part of the concern that students have when they visit you?
You know, it is. In terms of the data we have, we tend to do surveys that are about 6 months out. So our official data represents May 2008 graduates. And it fits historically that about somewhere between 70 and 75% of the students find jobs, and another 18 to 20% or so will pursue further study. We don't expect those numbers to be quite as strong for last year's class. What we find is some students are a little concerned about what the job market is, and they're working harder and they're casting a wider net for opportunities, which we encourage. Some students decide pursuing graduate or professional school may make sense to them. Our counsel is it may make perfect sense to them, but it really depends on the student and depends on their motivation, and it depends on their clarity of career goal. So that's a conversation that's important for them to have to think through why they're pursuing graduate or professional study.
Can you give us a quick rundown of the times for your walk-in hours?
We're open for walk-ins from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. And we're right in Stewart Center, room 194, right on the main level.
Terrific. You can go to their website at cco.purdue.edu. Thank you so much for the valuable information, Tim.
You're welcome.
And that's all we have for today's show. We talked about how to start our very own student group, learned some helpful tips about how to manage our time, and finally discussed how to prepare ourselves for the workforce with a strong resume and career counseling. So tune in next time when we talk about other helpful resources on campus, more things to do, and also a few tips about managing your personal life here at Purdue. Thanks for watching, and join us next time on Campus Connection.